This time it is about how to use the F5 Tiger. Every player in this game knows F5 Tiger, but I have seen that most people just ignore it. Actually, this jet is a good jet to practice and improve your performance in my opinion. If you get strong with this jet, you would be strong with most of jets. Of course, you will have better jets later, but I believe it is better to practice basic skills with Tiger. Before we start, let's check the specs first. The points I want to emphasize here are: number 1, agility and durability; number 2, missiles and the special ability; number 3, cannon. It's clear that the Tiger has the worst durability. You get killed by one long-range missile from interceptors. However, it has the top-level agility, 39 degrees, as the same as Falcon, Typhoon, Raptor, and Falcon. We have seen this type of spec in many other games, and it's not a tanker, fighter, or sniper, but an assassin. That means you should play your role as an assassin. Don't fight face to face as much as you can. Dodge enemy attacks with your agility. Kill the enemy quickly, then run away. Actually, these are basic movements for the most of jets in Metalstorm. Keep in mind. You can play tanker or sniper later, but this assassin movement is the basic of this game, like some basic fighter roles of other RPG games. Missiles. These are the standard type of standard missiles. 4 short-range infrared with 2.8 kilometers range. If you have watched my tips about overshooting missiles, I don't think I need to teach you that much. Don't waste missiles and flares though, because Tiger has not that many of them. That means you should rely on covering by terrain and cannons a lot. If your trophy goes up, most of the enemy players, even all the bots, will dodge the first missile with a flare. I usually shot 2 and hit 1 and finish with my cannon. And the special ability is the barrage fire. I have seen so many people just waste missiles. First, don't use it to enemies moving side to side from you. This means enemies evading from missiles or cannons, and you are following the enemy. If you have watched my tips for flares, you would understand better. Let's assume the rocket lead is the direction for your missile. When you're at the side, or upside, or downside of the enemy, your barrage fire is just the worst skill to waste your missiles. You need to aim a lot further in front of the enemy, as much as you should give up your cannon shooting, which is impossible or not efficient in my opinion, so forget about this side case. 2 cases you can use this skill is: first, when you cut the enemy tail, especially to kill attackers quickly. You can use it to kill multiple enemies if you catch their tails, or your wingman is in danger, but I usually don't recommend to use this against light fighter, which you can finish with 1 missile and cannons. Also, enemy can use just 1 flare to dodge multiple missiles, so you should care for that. The second case, more likely the case you should use the ability, would be face-to-face situation. I told you to avoid face-to-face situation as much as you can, but sometimes you just have the situation. If you're enemy and you are approaching to each other, it would be difficult for the enemy to evade your barrage fire. You don't have enough time to lock multiple missiles, so this ability can help. Also, you don't have enough time to waste your missiles that much, so you don't have to worry about it too. Number 3, cannons. The damage is really low. Only Fishbat has the weaker damage other than internal cannon of Skyhawk. Actually, the ideal range and vertical range are the top level. Only JA-37 Vegan is exceptional with its range. So A half of the other jets have shorter range than the Tiger, and another half has the same range. Also, the overheat time, 8.3 seconds, is the top level too. Only the Eagle, Fullback, Thunderbolt have a longer overheat time than the Tiger, and only the Fullback is the precision type there. So the conclusion here is you should start your cannon with enough distance and shoot your cannon for a long time. So the key points from the specs are the agility and the cannon. Let's watch some videos. Good. My friends, number 1, 2, you're turning around well. I missed. I almost missed. I'm not sure how much you can see from this, so let me explain. First, you can see me on the radar. I don't stay at the front, but one or two steps behind of my friends. When you are in the Tiger, most of the case, your wingmen are better for the front line. Good. And my friends, number 1, 2, you're turning around well. Use the terrain to cover you from a missile. I didn't even use flare. I missed it. And spot the enemy on the radar and focus on accurate cannons here. And also spot the Tomcat on the radar, which is moving side to side. I didn't use barrage fire, but one missile, because it has some durability though. And before I finish it, I recognize the vegan is coming to me face to face. So I activated my skill and used the flare and switched my target. And the second video. Also not at the front. More likely cover the back of my wingman. And don't waste missiles with the skill because the enemy has a half HP already. You can see me killing the Tomcat without a missile, but the cannons for a long time from its side. And I checked the radar and follow intruder to save my wingman, but I failed too. And I used one missile. And after it's killed, I turned around immediately as soon as possible because I found out I'm the first one at the front line. Finish here too. And I use the terrain and the agility to cover and lure some enemy jets too. Use the agility and the terrain like this. And I catch the side of the Tomcat again, especially when it's fixated to other target. And same thing for the Tiger. Actually, I think I could have gone to intruder too, but that was just my decision for the Tiger. And this was, I was too greedy to do this, but still change targets and use the cannons. And also, as soon as I finished and realized that I'm the first at the front line, try to turn around and hide and cover. So my approach for the tiger is first, shoot cannon for a long time and catch tails or sides. This sounds like some cliche, but I want to emphasize that this is more important for the tiger than other jets. No face to face, but side or tail. Shoot with enough distance and long time. That doesn't mean you should keep the distance. The closer is the better for for the better damage. And second, use the good agility for better cannon aiming and cover. Third, for assassination, work with your wingman, but not the front line. The best way would be first hiding from the enemy radar, and second, sudden pop up and kill. Third, run away and hide again. I hope my tips helped you some. And if you have any questions, you can ask me on my stream whenever you want. Thank you.